It's a David versus Goliath battle of epic proportions. The Goliath, a name most Aussies would be very familiar with.
Adani's got to go! Stop! Adani!
And David, a joint called Hindenburg Research, which is in the business of short selling, a stock market practice made famous by Margot Robbie and a bubble bath.
Our friend found out that these mortgage bonds that were supposedly 65% AAA were actually just mostly full of shit. So now he's going to short the bonds, which means to bet against. Got it? Okay.
And Hindenburg has been battling hard against Adani after accusing it of being, well...
full of shit.
Last week, Hindenburg dropped the mother of all bombshells, accusing the Adani Group and its billionaire owner, Gautam Adani, of pulling the largest con in corporate history. The accusations are staggering. Adani alleged to have engaged in brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud over the course of decades, with claims of money laundering, nepotism and a whole host of dodgy dealings designed to prop up its profits and its share price. What? Worked for Margot.
Got it? Okay.
Hindenburg is controversial because it's put out several of these reports asking really big questions about the value of some very large companies whilst being involved in shorting the stock, benefiting potentially from its failure.
Adani hit back earlier this week with a 413-page response describing the allegations as an attack on India and calling the report a malicious combination of selective misinformation, baseless and discredited allegations. But the damage was done. This week, billionaire owner Gautam Adani slipped from 3rd to 11th on the world's richest people list, with $50 billion wiped off his personal worth and $99 billion wiped off his Adani empire.
That's a really cool fact, Waleed, thank you. But did I actually have to be in the bath to learn that?
The timing of this report was very strategic. It was when Adani was trying to make a certain move on the stock market that required its value to be high. That value is now coming back because people have these really big questions about the finances of the company.
Now Australia's corporate regulator is investigating. Adani suffered its worst week on record, and poor old Gautam's only worth a measly $120 billion. So will David or Goliath come out on top in this battle for the ages?
Thank you.
Wow. Tim Buckley is the Director of Climate Energy Finance and has been covering Adani for a decade. He joins us now. Tim, how big a deal are these allegations?
Good evening. These allegations are huge. I would suggest unprecedented is an overused word this year, but it's not unprecedented because I think Elon Musk is in the same company as Gautam Adani. We've seen tens of billions of dollars of family wealth evaporate in the last couple of trading days in India in the Adani family conglomerate. So tens of billions of dollars, it's pretty huge.
Tim, Adani's copped plenty of heat over the years, but nothing quite like this. Did this come as a shock to you, or did you feel that there was something like this potentially going on?
No, as you say, there has been huge environmental backlash in India, in Australia, in the Wall Street, in Germany against the Adani Group. But invariably, Adani has been Teflon. Anything you throw at him, any allegation just seems to evaporate or disappear or get parked in some government inquiry. This time is very, very different. You've got a Wall Street attack on the absolute integrity of not just the Adani Group, but the regulators in India, and I would also argue the regulators in Wall Street, in fact, effectively allowing a massive, ongoing, multi-decade accusation of fraud, stock market manipulation, insider trading, failure to comply with regulations. These are very, very serious crimes, and we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars of wealth involved across the Adani Group, so they're pretty substantial.
Are you buying Adani's rebuttal or 413 pages worth?
At the end of the day, at the moment, he said, she said, at the end of the day, Hindenburg has made some very well documented and substantiated claims and accusations. They've threatened Adani to happily be sued in America. Adani's responding. They will sue them in India, of course. So this is not going to just disappear quietly.
In the meantime, Adani does run the Carmichael coal mine in Queensland. Does this affect that mine at all?
Yeah, well, it's a really interesting question from Australia's perspective. You know, probably 1 million environmentalists around Australia spent a decade campaigning against the opening up of the Galilee, the biggest carbon bomb in the world. But fast forward a decade, only one mine went ahead. That was Gautam Adani's Carmichael mine. And with coal prices being flagrantly manipulated to all-time record highs at $400 a tonne for 6,000 kcal, the market price up 800% in 2 years. Even Adani would be making money at those sort of prices. So, yeah, it's probably business as usual at Carmichael to pump out as much coal as they can.
Wow. All right, Tim, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.